everyone, it's Jordan again, and for today I have kind of a request vlog. Now let me explain what that means. I am going to be reading you all a poem that I just recently wrote, and the request part comes in the fact that I recently wrote this poem and then I read it to my wonderful grandmother, who we lovingly call Granny, and Granny, as soon as she heard it, she said, "That's my request. I want you to share this poem on your latest vlog." So thank you for the request, Granny. That's what I'm going to be doing today. So before I do that, as always, I want to share the story behind the poem and kind of explain how it came about. So the poem is called Beyond the Window, and my friend is actually the one who came up with that topic. She and I both wrote a poem separately on this topic, but she's the one who came up with it. And when she came to me with the topic of Beyond the Window, it really made me stop and think, because I wasn't entirely sure where to go with that. I was thinking, man, beyond the window, like, that's beautiful, like, that's very poetic, and I know that it's gonna be like a metaphor for something, but I wasn't exactly sure where to go with it. And partly that was the point. You know, some of the best poems are ones that you don't know where to go with to begin with, and then you just kind of interpret it as you like, and it just becomes whatever you want it to mean, whatever you want it to become. So that's kind of, I wasn't sure where to go with it, but then I began to think of the quote-unquote window in the Beyond the Window topic as the future. And what I mean by that is, with, you know, me having graduated high school and trying to figure out college and all of the craziness that just kind of comes along with that, and just all of the unknowns that come with looking into the future and not being sure what you see there. That's not an easy thing to see, no matter what the scenario. And that's kind of been on my mind a lot lately. So as I began to think of the window as me looking into my future, then it all just kind of came about from there, and then it all just flowed very easily and became the poem that I'm about to read to you. So without further ado, let's do that. Let me read you this poem. Beyond the Window. When I look beyond the window, when I dare to try, a whole new world I start to see, so much to catch my eye. I see adventures that await, so much yet to do. I see many destinations I want to get to. And while I see excitement at all that's yet to be, when I look at it all now, I see uncertainty. All the paths I once saw clear are covered in the mist. Will I be able to handle all their turns and twists? When I look beyond the window, now here's what I see. A small next step is lit up by a light that's guiding me. And as I take each next step, I'm not alone, I know. So now I make the choice to step beyond the window. There's the poem. I hope you like it, because I hope it encouraged you, because I feel like no matter what stage of life you're in, we all have that window, that future that we just can't see into, or at least not as much as we would like. I am the person who wants to see it all spelled out in great detail. Here's the path forward, here's the destination, and here's every little bit you need to know to get you there. And that's just not what happens in life. That's just not what happens. It's fully relying on God for that next step, or that light. You can't see the poem, obviously, but in the poem I have light capitalized. Just looking for God's light to show you the next step. And that's how he does it sometimes. He doesn't always show you. In fact, he rarely, in my experience, shows you every single step of the way, but he will show you the very next step. He will show you a little path that's lit up one step at a time, and you just keep taking those next steps to reach your destination, and just knowing that you're not alone in it, and he will hold your hand, and he will be with you, and he will guide you for each and every one of those steps. That's brought comfort to me. Writing that poem helped me a lot. I hope hearing it helped you. I hope it encouraged you today, no matter what you're going through, to look for that light and to hold his hand and to just keep taking each next step. All right, that's it. Thank you all very much. I love you all. Mwah. God is good all the time. Goodbye.